I think let's talk about Disney. So Disney, we saw a bit of a drop yesterday. I think it was like a 13% drop in terms of Disney stock price, mainly after the announcement with regards to a delay in showing its movies, right? It's been delayed X number of times and it's sort of decreased. Now, the weird thing, I guess, right, for you guys, Joel and Anthony, to think about is that Disney, yes, right, we saw in the last earnings call, they did make more growth in Disney Plus than they did anywhere else. And theaters weren't really there. Now, with Shang-Chi, we did see Disney rise in terms of stock price because Shang-Chi was actually quite back in terms of people going and viewing and all of that.
Yeah.
But, and hence you can see why it's dropped because they said they've delayed it. However, if you take a look at Disney's revenue breakdown, not a lot comes from movies and theatrical distribution. A lot of it comes from parks. A lot of it comes from television, your Nat Geo, all of that. So how do we see that? Do we see that right now as a knee-jerk reaction because of this announcement and it will go back up? Or do we see this as, you know what? This is the way forward, and theatrical distribution will attribute a significant percentage in our Q4 report?
Maybe Anthony had to go first.
Sorry. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't really track Disney, but I think that the share price drop is 3%. So nothing too drastic, I think. Although it's big for a blue chip. I mean, personally, I feel this is much ado about nothing, really. Yes, it's delaying or rescheduling certain movies, but it's not as if they're not going to show any theatrical releases next year, right? It's just a slight delay in revenue, maybe, which is also slightly offset by a slight reduction in costs, because if you don't produce a movie and you don't release it, you don't need advertising, you don't need to pay your stars the bonuses. Maybe they get sued, I don't know, but probably not.
Nice play.
There's lots of costs in creating, not only in creating the movie, but in the post-production and the release phase that do need to be incurred. So yes, we take away a bit of the revenue by deferring, but we also take away a bit of the cost. So net, I don't think that there's that big of a difference. And if the share price drop is really just due to this sort of behavior, I think it's honestly a bit of an overreaction. It's already a small part of it was pre-pandemic, a small part of the revenues. With Disney Plus, it's just going to get even smaller. So there's very, very little point to it, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually with Anthony on this one. So I actually agree also that that this is actually just a knee-jerk or very short-term movement. I personally am a very major big Disney fan, and I've always been going to their parks, always buy a lot of Disney merchandise. I grew up with Disney, and I think from the time I was born to now, the brand has only grown stronger. Merchandising, everything, the parks. I think per year they have been getting very stable revenue. I mean, apart from COVID, their revenues have only been increasing, if I'm not wrong. And, but also due to ticket prices increasing as well. So Disney is very expensive as well. So, but I feel that fundamentally the business is still very strong, right? They can survive. I think this theatrical part is just one arm only, but the main core of the business still goes to the parks, the merchandising, and all the other good stuff. So yeah, I think this is a short-term movement, and I'm not into Disney, but I will be very long Disney if I were to get into Disney.
Yeah. Actually, do you guys have Disney Plus? How do you find it?
Yes.
Because I have it, but I realized after
you don't really use it.
I just don't really watch anything on it anymore.
Right. I think on my side, I think Joel is a bit. I think he's off. He'll come back. On my side, yeah, I actually watch Disney Plus rather. They have got a few series that I follow. Actually, I do like a lot of Nat Geo. So they talk a bit about Petra. They talk a bit about, the Greeks, the Romans. So I do follow that. I believe Black Widow just got released on Disney Plus. So I'm waiting for the new, I think there's Jungle Cruise that's going to pop up. Shang-Chi is going to come in through to Disney Plus as well. So I'm waiting for those. I'm a big Marvel fan. And Star Wars as well. Yeah. So I think those are things that we watch. I'm not really big into the animated movies. But I do know that they also make really, really good ones like Raya, and together with a few others, right? But yeah, so that's my stance. But once Disney consolidated LucasArts as well as Marvel, I became a much bigger Disney fan. So I take it, Joel, you do have Disney Plus then.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I mean, you can ask me. I'm a Disney fan bias, so everything I'll say about Disney is always a plus for me.
Right.
And I always think that fundamentally the company is very strong. So yeah.